War is raging, government is stealing our freedom, food processing plants are burning, and gun sales are through the roof. You're in the right place. This is The Prepared Mind.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel, where we talk about the need for prepping based on current events. And we can discuss anything you guys want, questions, comments down below. If you're here Monday through Friday for the afternoon show, you're live. You have to be on the preparedmind.club, which is also a prepping superstore. Subscribestar.com is another way to support the channel and be a subscriber and be here live. And then X as well. Right? We want speech out there. We want free speech. Anyways, folks, it has been an interesting day. And one of the things that occurred to me is I'm tired of being bullshitted. I'm tired of being lied to. I'm tired of the hype. I just want it to get done. Now, the reason I brought that up is I did not get caught in it, but I did take a note. I did take a note. And I wanted to share this with you because this is what we try not to do here on the Prepared Mind. And Uman is really good at it, and he follows the same sort of thinking. But this is the story that popped up this morning. And I think a lot of people get hooked into this hype and bullshit and lies and exaggeration. And this person reported, the Supreme Court just detonated the deep state's last defense line, right? In a historic ruling, President Trump has been granted full constitutional authority to remove the heads of all so-called independent federal agencies, blah, 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 right? And I haven't seen anything about this anywhere else in the news. Now, if this was a scoop and he's ahead of the deal and this person is E.M. Breitbart or I am Breitbart, and I thought that's going to be a major news story. I think I saved that, at 8:23 a.m. But here we are at the end of the day, and I haven't found anything to support that. Not a bit. So I understand why so many people get tired of social media because they're just lied to and bullshitted and strung along and fed lies, and it's crap. So what was that expression, Uman? Let's keep it real. I try and keep it really real. I really do. So let's get into some real stuff about the judges. Well, a Biden judge has lifted the restrictions that she put on it, and she says the Department of Government Efficiency now has access to the Treasury payment systems. Now, what's interesting about this is the Department of Government Efficiency is basically dissolving. Elon Musk is stepping away from it. Congress has acted treasonously. They've stepped away from their constitutional requirement and their oaths. And I think it's to defend and protect themselves. Because if they had prosecuted anyone, they could all be on the hook. But anyways, this was, you heard me right, a Biden judge lifted this restriction. I suspect something is happening, and these judges know that either the threat is going away or it's going to be their asses. Now, see, I'm not telling you that like this other guy out here, oh, yeah, Trump is running the whole thing. No, I'm not making those kind of statements, right? While we talk about worst case scenarios, we talk about geopolitics, national politics, local politics, and everything associated with it, from the military to education, right, to your driver's license. We'll discuss it and then how you need to be prepared for what's coming, because the system is falling apart, and that's not hyperbole. When the pedophiles in Hollywood, the music industry, the mainstream media industry, and then, of course, the wealthy financiers that loved Epstein and the pizza and hot dog parties in Washington, D.C. with the Obamas and the Clintons and everyone else, they're not being arrested. They're not being investigated. And if they were investigated, it's swept under the carpet. No one's being prosecuted, right? Yeah, that means the system is not working. It's broken. right? And it would be great if anybody would start locking the treasonous, insurrectionist judges up, and along with everyone else, the rest of these absolute scumbags. Now, while we're on the subject of judges, I don't know how many people I'm going to make mad, but here it is. Judge Jeanine, right? Judge Jeanine Pirro. She has now been sworn in as an interim U.S. attorney in Washington, D.C. And she had this quote: "No more mercy for criminals." What do you guys think of that statement coming from a television, aka social media, aka camera hog, like Jeanine Pirro? I think she's brilliant, very smart, right? Very entertaining. Judge Jeanine says, quote, "No more mercy for criminals." I think she was sworn in by Attorney General loser Pam Bondi. How many people are still defending her and Bongino and Kash Patel? How many people are still saying, just give them another day, give them another week? It takes a long time to put this together. We're coming after him. Really, trust us. We're just making sure everything is good, and we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's. And that was months ago when they were making those fucking excuses. Here we are today. No Epstein files, no Epstein arrests. No. What about the auto pen? Stealing presidential authority and signing his name. That's not like forging a check, folks. Right? Where's the investigation? Where's the arrests? Who's responsible? Kind of like all of the trillions of dollars that disappeared. Fucking disappeared. American government, the DC government, just sending the money out by fucking plane loads. Have you ever seen the graphic? Here's a dollar. Here is $100 in a piece of, wrapped in a piece of paper, $100. Here is $1 million. It's like a pallet of $1 bills. And here's $1 billion. All of a sudden, it just fucking covers an entire city block with pallets stacked on top of pallets. And then you get to trillions of dollars, right? You go from dollar to millions to billions to trillions, right? It's like a stack of pallets of cash. Fucking pallets of cash. City block by city block, stacked 100 feet fucking deep, right? It's crazy. But that's how much the government in DC has stolen from you and me and sent offshore. Sent offshore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the politicians in DC, all the bureaucrats have got their fucking hands in the pie and they don't want to get caught. So Judge Jeanine says, no more mercy for criminals. We were fed that line of shit by Dan Bongino. We were fed that line of shit by Kash Patel. When she says no more mercy for criminals, does that include the Epstein list? How about the CIA and FBI traitors who violated their oaths, the Constitution, the law, and affected our election? They stole an election. Does no more mercy for criminals apply to money laundering Congress members? How about the criminal judges who have usurped presidential power and authority for themselves? You see, my problem is I'm absolutely disgusted with these elites and these media fucks. I'm supposed to get all excited. I'm supposed to get a fucking heart on because we got another television personality being brought into the administration, being brought into the government to do absolutely nothing but talk tough. Right? Elon Musk exposed the fraud, trillions of dollars, as we just described, and the mainstream media did nothing. They didn't cut. If they covered it every day and demanded justice and arrests and accountability, Elon Musk exposed the missing money, and the FBI and the Attorney General have done jack shit about the lawlessness and the crimes. They refused to press charges on the thieving assholes in the bureaucracies in Congress who both sent the money away and accepted bribes coming offshore as campaign donations. And now, of course, Maggot Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, Senator Toon, both Republicans. The Republicans control the House and the Senate, and they have refused to correct the issues and the problems that DOGE has found, the Department of Government Efficiency. Trillions of dollars escaping this country through fraud. And Congress has done nothing, not a single fucking step to fix it. And people say that this show is all hyperbole. I'm not lying to you. I'm giving you fucking facts. Please check them for yourselves. Then double check them. And then think about what this means to the country. And what does it mean this week, next month, next year, and the next decade for America? You think that's a good thing that they're sending that much money offshore? I mean, what do these congressmen get? 5, 10, $50 million? Do they get $100 million in offshore accounts? How would we know? They're absolutely refusing to do any fucking thing about it. Right now, today, Governor DeSantis, Florida, he came out and he bitch slapped congressional Republicans, and he called it a, quote, betrayal of the voters who elected them. He's damn right. They betrayed us all, Congress. We all went out and voted Trump, and we voted their dumbasses into the majority. Maggot Mike Johnson. What a wormy, slimy little piece of shit he is. Well, John, if he were to actually do what you suggest, he and his family would get killed. By the who? The bankers? MI6 in Mossad, Israel? Who's going to kill him? Hillary? And the Arkansas masters? Who? I don't want to fucking hear excuses. If you can't do the job, resign. Resign with dignity and honor instead of serving as a fucking disgrace. Right? Now, my thing is here, DeSantis has exposed them. Good. We need more people doing that. It's not a conspiracy theory. They've done nothing. And shit has hit the fan, and it's going to get worse. See, that's my problem. It's going to get worse. So my question is, okay, Governor DeSantis, Congress hasn't done shit. They betrayed us, right? The Epstein lists, they're not demanding it. There's no arrests. They're allowing judges, little low-life judges, to continue to interfere in removing illegals, right? They're interfering with the administration of justice, the administration of all the bureaucracies. Congress hasn't done anything to correct that. They haven't passed a law. They haven't removed their funding. They haven't excoriated them publicly as they should. And Congress is not passing reform laws to reflect the findings of Doge, Elon Musk, right? So Elon Musk is quitting. He's like, why fucking bother? They haven't done a damn fucking thing about anything, and we're going to hell in a handbasket. Congress, folks, is full of thieves, traitors, and pedophiles. Period. I'm sure the bureaucracies are as well. I mean, if they arrested them all, look at all the money we would save in wages and retirement. No, wait. I know. Arrest them all and take the fucking money they have stolen out of their accounts. Because everything leaves a trace. They sent $1 billion out of America to a non-governmental organization. They cashed the check and put the money in their account. There's a record of that. Where did it go? What is the numbered account? That numbered account sent money back to congressmen and women, back to bureaucrats, back to corporations, right? Again, it's traceable. if the United States government can go to Russia, freeze their assets, seize their assets, and not let Russia own the fucking property they bought, being U.S. bonds. They own, when you buy something, you own it. They stole $350 billion from Russia, and they're holding it, going, you can't have it back. We don't like you. We're mad at you. If they can do that to a sovereign nation with a nuclear fucking arsenal that could turn this planet into a gobbledygoo of red molten shit, don't you think they can arrest some fucking politicians? Could probably pay off the national debt with all they've fucking stolen. In any event, folks, DeSantis called it out. Here's my deal. If in 2028, Governor DeSantis runs to be President DeSantis, my question is will his song and his tune change? Will he have the balls to go, okay, Congress, you betrayed us? And will he expose them? Will the media listen to Ron DeSantis, or will they just fucking ignore him? Will they call him Hitler or Trump Jr. or something? Meanwhile, every day that goes by, this country goes further and further and further in debt. Every 3 months, $1 trillion. The big, beautiful bill, folks. Guess what? There's no Doge cuts in it. So what is it? It's, well, we're going to spend more money. We're going to spend our way into prosperity. You're going to go into debt in prosperity. So for every dollar in gross domestic product, the government spends $1.60. How the fuck do you get out of debt? How do you fix the economy? By spending more money than you have. I've never tried it personally because every time my bank account goes down, it doesn't get bigger. And every time, and I think I bounced a check when I was 18. You go negative, they start penalizing you. Here we are, folks. Oh, by the way, the United States government no longer has AAA credit. Nope, they do not. Their credit score has dropped severely. Nah, who cares? Spend money. Shit is hit the fan, folks. It's not going to get better. Trump is not going to save us if Congress won't do their fucking job. Now, this was interesting. Let me continue. Oh, by the way, please get your comments and questions down below. This is interesting. Donald Trump Jr. says the, quote, this is just the company, not a quote. He says the American Rights Alliance, right? He trusts them to rescue Tina Peters and other political prisoners. He trusts them. What? Who? I've never heard of the American Rights Alliance. Are we supposed to give money to them? Who are they? What do they do? Are they any good? Have they succeeded? Wait, I have a better idea, Junior. Don, I have a better idea. Call your dad. Tell him to pardon these people now. Tina Peters is a Gold Star mom. Lost a child in war. Tina Peters worked in the elections of 2020 and exposed the corruption and fraud and got thrown in jail as a political prisoner. Don Jr., if you give a fuck, call your dad. I'm sure you have his phone number. You know, he's the president. Hello. Cut out the bullshit of pretending you can't help immediately. Cut out the bullshit of fucking fundraising. If getting these political prisoners out of jail, Junior, means that much to you, pick up the phone. This playing with the fucking media and all these games, it's evidence we're in a dire situation, in my opinion. And shit, it's the fan is going to get worse. And it's going to get worse until it's ended. We can have a complete and total fucking collapse, or it's just so bad that everyone gives up and we get a total fucking meltdown. The world is crazy, folks. The world is crazy. In fact, speaking of the world, let's leave America and talk about Germany. The German Chancellor, Merz, right? Well, he's now been criticized by other European nations. Oh, there's a fucking surprise. Over in Europe, they hate us, but they hate each other. They can't get along, but they want to fuck each other over. Anyways, they're criticizing Chancellor Merz, and he deserves it, folks. But what has he done? They're calling it a reckless escalation with respect to Ukraine and Russia's war. And also, Merz has given empty promises of supplying missiles. Well, of course he has empty promises. He is a lying socialist sack of shit. Not to mention, he's a fucking cokehead. That's right, Mr. Cocaine Head. Remember him? Just like Macron of France and Keir Starmer of England. Yeah, he was on the train with the fucking cocaine bag on the table and the spoon. Oh, where did that go? Oh, man, did that extend and we passed the 72-hour news cycle? Fuck it, forget about that bag of cocaine and a fucking line on the table and how they sneakily, slyly took it off and stuck it in his pocket and hid it. What happened to that? Oh, yeah, now we're worried about Macron being bitch slapped by his tranny husband. Those jokes are out there. Oh, they're funny, but nothing's fixed. Nothing is solved. Criminals aren't stopped. Drug dealers in government, no problem. No problem. Well, there's some fucking problems, folks. There's some fucking problems. Now, they've disposed of that evidence. Well, my sinuses are clear now. Yeah. And the world is colored so nice and brightly. I mean, this is crazy. President Trump today, he went right to the site, right to the source of the problem. And he says, whoever used Biden's auto pen, quote, usurped the power of the presidency, end quote. That's treason. It's treason. It's treason. Whether they did it themselves or paid someone else to use the auto pen, it's treason. And what's going to be done? Who should be? Well, yeah, the Attorney General, the FBI. Where's the arrests? None. Where's the indictments? Where's the media on this? Where? Tell me shit hasn't hit the fan. Tell me we're not going to hell in a handbasket. Tell me it's going to get better and not worse. You can't. Can't tell me those things. Because Hunter Biden and his entire family, the entire Biden family's been pardoned with a fake fucking pardon. And even if they didn't have the pardon, do you think Attorney General Pam Bondi would do a thing? No. No, that's why I say things are going to shit and they're not going to get better. They really aren't. Now you and I know that stuff is going on. We know bad things have happened. And we actually have some people out there trying to do something, like Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. Right? We got Tulsi Gabbard. I have never expected her to do a good job. Right? We've got Secretary of State Marco Rubio doing a great job. And now RFK Jr. is doing something decent. Right? So I want you to dig this bullshit here. RFK Jr., as Health and Human Services, that's the authority he was given, has revealed how Big Pharmacy is screwing us Americans over. And this is the announcement that RFK is talking about. Not only are you and I, taxpayers, footing the bill for overpriced drugs from pharmaceutical companies while the rest of the world gets them cheap, we are subsidizing Big Pharma's ad campaigns on television. Did you know that? How we're subsidizing their commercials? Yeah, because they get tax breaks for sponsoring news channels with commercials. And not only that, Big Pharma, drug companies, they're screwing us over because they are paying for approximately 75%. They've hijacked the news industry because they're paying 75% of the cost to broadcast. So they now own broadcast, network, and local TV stations. They're effectively silencing any investigative reporting, and they're burying the truth about what is going on with Big Pharmacy's wrongdoings, like lack of research, lies about safe and effectiveness of their drugs, and of course, the Jim Jones juice. Because ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, they get huge money from big pharmacy, and they're not going to bite the hand that feeds them. 75% of their operating costs are covered by the drug companies that we are paying huge amounts of money for their drugs, and they're getting tax subsidies. This is like fucking waiters and bartenders. They don't have to pay taxes on their fucking tips. But I do. My fucking wages, I build fucking houses and buildings and productive and make things that are real. Oh, but we better give someone a tax break for doing that. Oh, you want a drink? I'm a hardworking bartender. Look, I don't think any of us should pay fucking taxes, but why do only certain people get a break? I'm just sick of it, folks. I'm sick of the bullshit, the lies, the covering it up. Right. What I think is we need to give the government their own fucking medicine. They need to be the ones paying more taxes. We get a tax break. They need to be the ones being investigated and leave us the fuck alone. Right? Because, you know, if you were an anti-vaxxer, an anti-masker, the Biden administration put you and me on a fucking list of potential domestic terrorists because we wouldn't buy their bullshit while they launder trillions of fucking dollars offshore. So I think they should get their own medicine. You know those two female Secret Service agents that got in a fight outside of Obama's house? Right? I'm going to whip her ass. Right? That shit. They've been suspended. I think that's wrong. That is 100% the wrong thing to do. I think Barack Hussein, Barry Soetoro Obama, and his ugly husband of a wife, and all Democrats, including the Clintons and Pelosi's and Schumer's and discount dollar store Hakeem, right? All those, they should all be forced to accept Secret Service protection that only consists of diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI members. Because they told us diversity is our strength. Well, I think then that the Democrats deserve the strongest protection. Nothing but DEI hires. You bet. Give them the ghetto. Give them the dumbest amongst us for protection because that makes them stronger. Oh, yeah. Democrats, they want the best for themselves, but fuck everyone else. Illegals, can they stay or do they need to go? I think there's an answer. And I'm going to give you one example. An illegal alien from Mexico has been arrested because he was threatening to shoot President Trump in the head at his next rally. Well, there's your answer. There's your answer. I guess I'll be surprised if they actually kick this motherfucker out. Right? The Democrats are hoping and praying for an assassination of Trump because they're anti-American assholes. That's exactly what they are, who they are, and what they welcome and want. But for themselves, no, we don't want any DEI Secret Service. No. They want the best of everything and they want you to pay for it. And guess what? We have been paying for it. We're going to continue to pay for it. You and I believe that the Department of Government Efficiency was going to be successful because they were successful. They went in and found all the stolen money. They went in and found all the wasted money. They went and found all the fraudulently taken money. They found it all. And they were stopped and stumped and denied the whole fucking way. And the Republicans in Congress won't even put up a bill. All they've got to do, here's the bill, here's the legislation. Because this is how Congress works, right? Anyone committing fraud discovered by Doge is immediately arrested, money stopped. Law, vote on it, yay, passes, signed by the president. Simple. And give it to whoever enforces the law. Just like they pass a stupid, ridiculous, vague law, and the ATF goes, I think that means no bump stocks and silencers and no high-capacity magazines. I think that's what that means. How about arrest the bad guys who've stolen money and stop paying the money out? Think they can write the rule that they enforce on that? Or is that too confusing? If anyone hasn't learned now exactly who runs this country and this fucking planet, if you haven't figured it out, that the people who are supposed to be doing things won't. It's not that they can't. It's not that they don't understand. It's just that they won't fucking do it because they're guilty. And their paymasters are guilty in the finance world, in the banking world, in the world of clandestine, super secret squirrel bullshit with the CIA and Mossad and Israel and England and the fucking Vatican. They're the puppet masters, my friends. They're the puppet masters. They try and influence you with lies, hyperbole, bullshit, misdirection, while they continue to fuck us all over, while they've destroyed the entire system, and they're getting closer to destroying this. Our Constitution, our liberties, our freedom. And you know what they don't want you to do? They don't want you to organize, pick up rifles, and go knock them out and take them out of office. They don't want that. So they're doing it slowly, incrementally, making us poor, destroying our country, inviting in illegals, sending our money to themselves elsewhere, spraying us in the fucking clouds, poisoning our fucking food, poisoning the water with fluoride and other toxic chemicals, telling us, well, if you don't take the Jim Jones juice, we're just going to put that shit in your food. Do you get it yet? I get it. You get it. I know we get it. So share the internet address, share button, whatever it takes. Get the word out because there's going to come a breaking point. When? I've been talking about it with you guys over 10 years. Before that, I talked about it with friends and family for over 10 years. How close are we? How close are we to it being ended? Thank you, Chin Music. All right, what we need to do, though, is we now need to go to the inner circle. That means you guys and your questions. Let's get to them. Ooman says we got some good ones. And if it's 5:04 Eastern Standard Time, wherever you're at, then you know this is live. All right, Mr. Ooman, who's up first with the show on the inner circle? And Chin says, is it a rule that you have to be a fucking weirdo to be a left-wing leader? Macron's 72-year-old homosexual wig-wearing fag of a wife showed us why we had to save them in World War II. I wouldn't touch that thing with a rented Peter. Now, Chin Music, my friend, my brother. The answer to your first question there is yes. You have to be a fucking weirdo to be a left-wing leader. You do. You have to be a fucking weirdo to be a right-wing leader. Now, again, folks, communism. Communism is socialism. Fascism is socialism. They're both here. Left-wing, right-wing, left-wing, right-wing. They're both socialism. Freedom is way over here. This is freedom. So when they say right-wing, left-wing, they're both on the fucking left compared to the concept known as freedom. But look at them. Look at the people in charge. They are a bunch of fucking freaks. Literally. But the left-wingers, right, the left-wingers, the communist socialist fucks in the Democrat Party are off the charts. How many absolute fruitcakes are we seeing at the head of politics these days? Bill Clinton and Hillary love Epstein Island. Yep, that makes them pretty fucking weird, doesn't it? Nancy Pelosi and her husband Paul, a hammer is in my ass Pelosi. Right, insider trading Nancy. Right, drunkaholic Nancy, 90 proof Nancy as I like to call her. They're a little bit fucking weird, don't you think? Obama marrying a fucking man. It's like he caught Sasquatch, shaved her down halfway, right? Put some lipstick on and said, I'm going to marry that shit. Thanks, right? Goody goo goo. For all you Eddie Murphy fans out there. Goony goo goo, Gus, right? That's a fucking Sasquatch. You shaved that bitch down, taught her how to walk. Can't go up and down stairs for shit, right? Anyways, that's old school comedy, but fucking weirdos. Queer Starmer, I'm calling him that because look at him. Look what this fucking guy does. Zelensky, a belly dancing fruitcake of a flaming LGBTQ, is running Ukraine and a war against Russia. Fucking weirdos. Then you got the mayors, Macron, Starmer, fucking cocaine express train. Every last one of them. Look at Congress when they get up there and talk. You got brain dead Jasmine Crockett, AOC, fucking Hakeem Jeffries. Who else you got in Congress? All of them, Maxine Waters. They're all fucking flaming fruitcake retard freak rejects. And 90% of the country doesn't have any idea who these people are and what they stand for and what they like and what they want to do to this country. Hello, McFly. Anyone home? That's why I'm a prepper, folks. That's why I live in a fucking bunker. This is why I'm not going to allow myself to be arrested by these fucking people. Because this country, the United States of America, has political prisons now. If you say something offensive, they'll arrest you and throw you in a prison and fucking lie about it, make up evidence, plant evidence, and you're fucking done. You're fucking done. Jared of Subway sandwich fame. That big giant fat fucker who got skinny supposedly on Subway. Really? He had some pedophile images on his computer, so-called, and they locked his ass. Why? Why did they arrest him and throw his ass in prison? And not everyone on Epstein's list. Oh, wait, yeah, the money. I tell you, I'm disgusted. I'm discouraged. I'm pissed off. I'm sick and fucking tired of these people. The crimes are all out in front of us. We all have it. It's not a secret anymore. It's not, I heard about this shit. I don't have any evidence, but I heard about it. No, we have the fucking evidence. If you arrest one, if you arrest Hillary, she'll roll over on half the country. Half of Washington, D.C. would be in prison. I'm completely good with that. Do it. I don't know what the solution is anymore, folks. Fucking ride this bull into the ground and we're going to get it on, I guess. They're going to push everything so far that ultimately shit is going to hit the fan to one degree or another, and we're going to end up fucking shooting each other in the streets while these cocksuckers in D.C. go to their underground cities they built for themselves and wait it out. Conspiracy theory? No. Sorry, not a conspiracy theory. We had a former high-level government employee come out and say, yeah, they spent $1 trillion building themselves a city underground. They just steal our fucking money and fuck us over. Ooh, man, who's next? Let's get it on. Let's continue. We got Diving Frog checking in, and he says, John, until you have a president with a set of balls to bring up the Marines and Airborne and clean this shit out with prejudice, you'll never see a change. I tell you what, I agree with you 100%. I don't think Trump has the balls. Because if he had the balls, he'd fucking do it. And I think Trump is a terrific guy with respect and in comparison to these other politicians. But he's not, he doesn't have the balls to just go, that's it, executive order, suspension of Constitution, suspension of this. I'm now a dictator. That would take some fucking balls, don't you think? To lesser and greater degrees, that's been done by several presidents. It's been done. Fuck it, martial law. We're going to start arresting these criminals. There's too fucking many in government. We'll never clean our country up. In fact, it'll just get worse unless I do this. We're now at that stage. We're now at that stage. Does that make Trump Hitler? No. Many people will call him that if he did that, but I don't think he's got the balls. I would love for the Marines and Special Forces Army to be called up and to just go at it. I would love that. I don't think it's going to happen. Anyways, interesting topic. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it because I am absolutely certain every fucking E5, E6, E7 in the Army, the fucking gunnies and the Marines would love to stand before their fucking platoons and companies and battalions and say, look, you guys, you come from working class families in America, middle class and poor, and you're serving this country. And you know these motherfuckers in Washington are crooked, and we caught them. Doge caught them. We all caught them. We know they're fucking pedophiles, thieves, criminals, crooks, liars, etc. And it's your chance as fucking Marines, it's your chance as soldiers to go in there and arrest their asses and clean this country up, right? You took an oath as a member of the Marine Corps, as a member of the Army, to uphold and defend the Constitution and obey the president. Now is your chance to do something that's never been done before. We're going to clean out all of these dirty, rotten bastards. We're going to arrest them all and send them to Gitmo and sort them out. Who are the real criminals? Hey, if someone's not a criminal, you're free to go, little birdie. Let's just say there's a nightclub, a very big nightclub, holds thousands of people, one of these giant mega fucking clubs, a rave, right? And you're invited there. You go in there. You don't know that 75% of them are drug dealers, murderers, rapists. You were just told there's a big fucking party in this room and to show up. Well, if the police showed up and arrested everyone in that rave on suspicion of being a drug dealer, a rapist, or a murderer, you can expect to be arrested. But then you can also say, hey, I'm innocent, and they'll let you go. Aren't we told all the time, yeah, just let them arrest you, and the court system will prove your innocence. Good, arrest all of Washington, D.C., and let them go to court and prove their innocence, right? You'll be released because you're innocent, right? Meanwhile, the prosecutor next to them should be this guy named Big Balls, and next to him is Hairy Balls. And bring the fucking receipts, right? Oh, yeah. There you are. Millions of dollars. Yeah. Here you are. Signed your own pardon, did you? Here you are. An Epstein candidate. Great. Clean this shit out with prejudice. That doesn't mean racial prejudice. It means they have fucking earned it. Okay, let's move on if we shall. Mr. Uman, who's next? We've got Robin, free to be. And he says, Elon's a little tight about the new spending bill after doing all this Doge work. Well, me too. I tell you what, Robin, me too. I'm fucking livid. Are we going to start paying down the national debt or not? The answer is no. They are not. Washington, D.C. is not. Trump is not. Johnson is not. Toon is not. They're not paying down shit. They've been trying since you and I were kids, Robin. They've been trying since World War fucking II to spend our way to prosperity. All we got to do is juice the economy, right? We're going to juice the economy. We're going to spur economic activity by spending money in, and we'll get more out. Well, it used to be that the government could put $1 out there and get 2 back. But then they would spend 2. We're going to get 4 back. And then they spent 3. And they got, 3.5 back. Oh, shit. Well, let's spend 4 again. Oh, shit. Now we're only getting 3 back. Then they spend 10 and they only get 5 back, right? They spend $1.60 to get $1. This system of spurring economic activity to produce and grow our way out of debt is not working. It never has. Especially since 30 years ago, they started sending our fucking money and jobs overseas, took production out of America. We don't produce anything but fucking paper and lies. That's it. And the paper is lies. Now, I know Trump is trying to grow the economy by opening up energy production, energy distribution, energy sales with oil, natural gas, coal, etc. He just nailed the uranium thing last week. Good. We're going to need a whole lot more power. But mining, farming, what business does? You take a product, you make it better, you move it on, right? You add value to things through production and refining and manufacturing, and then you have a finished product you can sell. We sent all that overseas. Yeah. They're not going to pay down the national debt, not anytime soon. Yes, Trump is fast tracking it. Yes, I understand his thinking. I get the idea. We get back to a time when you spend $1 and you get 2 back out of the government, right? The government puts in $1, you get 2 back in gross domestic product. But we're not going to get there from here next week or next year. It's going to take over a fucking decade to grow our economy again, just to where we're breaking even at best. Paying down the debt, maybe if we actually did the Doge cuts, that would help, right? I don't mean to be negative, Nelly. It's not my goal or my role. But it's the lies. It's the lies from mainstream media. It's the lies from DC. It's the lies from social media hosts who want to lie about what's happening. I'm not here to bring just the bad news to scare the fuck out of you. I'm here to bring you the truth. There is no savior in Washington that's going to fix this. Because, as stated just a few minutes ago, in order to really solve the problem, you got to have some big balls. And nobody has them. Nobody. I wish they did, Robin. I wish they did. Mr. Uman, shall we continue? And he says, hey, Mikey G, he says, end all foreign aid until the debt is paid off. Then we can talk about foreign aid. Yeah. No, we need welfare for the losers in this country. We need welfare for loser other countries. Right? We can't tariff our way to prosperity. They ran the numbers. And Trump used tariffs as a negotiating tool with other nations. Worked great. They've negotiated a better deal. But as soon as he makes the deal, what disappears? All the money from the tariffs. Oh, so we don't want to have national closed borders. We want to have prosperity through production. Okay, so we moved to that game. It's going to take 10 years to get that production. In the meantime, right, I know Trump wants to make other countries remove their tariffs so our products are cheaper that we get from them. Well, there we go. Now we're encouraging foreign development, foreign production, foreign mining, foreign manufacturing, foreign finished goods that send here. Oh, they're cheaper again. That doesn't fix our problems in America. Now, some companies, like car companies, I think Nissan is now going to start producing more cars here. Ford, Chevy, or General Motors, Dodge, they're supposed to bring it back. And there was one other thing that came up. Oh, yeah, Apple. And I know this will, right. Apple was threatened with, I think, a $40 or $44 billion tariff threat by Trump. He's like, hey, you bring your factories back to America or you're going to pay a huge tariff. I found that fascinating. It's also going to fuck up the stock market. But what do you do? These are the games they're playing, but even with the victories, I'm not feeling any relief. I'm not. And the stupid really is off the hook. I deal with stupid on a daily basis, folks. Stupid on the street. So I guess I shouldn't expect any better out of the rest of people in charge. In any event, thank you, Mikey G. I would like to end all foreign aid and I would like to end all domestic aid. Give us our fucking money and let us fix this country. Are you prepared? Right? Oh, man, who's up next? What do we got? We got Heidi. She says, I can't understand why they, Washington, D.C., send money to country whose peoples hate us. Because that's exactly what you do to destroy your own country. What everyone is missing, I think, and this hurts, our own government hates us, hates our country, hates our Constitution. Our own government hates us. Fuck, half the population of civilians hates us. Look at all the fucking Democrats voting for more Democrats to destroy our country. Half of this country hates this country. And 90% of Washington, D.C. hates this country. So yeah, they'll fucking impoverish you and me by sending our money to other countries because it's just not fair that America is so wealthy and prosperous. It's just not right. So they send it to other countries who hate us, so they have a higher standard of living, and they can hate us even more. They can have full color TV. They have big screen TVs to hate us for. Yeah. The trick, Heidi, is they want to destroy America. They'll wave little American flags and everything. I love America, while they're fucking sending money out the back door. I love America, while they sign bills. The Patriot Act, anti-American. Fucking violation of the Constitution on numerous fucking levels. The 4th, the 5th, the 7th, and the 10th Amendments. Fucking violates the fuck out of it. The NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, fucks us over. The FISA courts fuck us over. They fucking hate us. Biden says anyone who gave the government guff, refused the Jim Jones juice, refused the mask, fought back, said anything social media, pronounces you a fucking domestic terror threat. Parents who go to school boards and say, quit telling my kids to put butt plugs in their asses. Quit telling them to cut their dicks off. Quit telling them to chop their boobs off. You're a domestic terrorist. They land FBI helicopters on fucking school grounds during what? School board meetings. To scare parents, to intimidate them. Merrick fucking piece of shit Garland, former attorney general, had no problem designating you as potential terrorists. And then we go, why are we so hated? What did we do wrong? We're decent fucking people. We have jobs and produce all we can and pay taxes. And our own country hates us. Our own politicians hate us. Yeah. Shit hit the fan, right? They're pushing us into that. Meanwhile, they're trying to turn half the country into violent, retarded zombies. Their brains are cooked because of Jim Jones juice and the boosters. And the drugs they put in the fucking water and the food and everything. Wow. You know what's fascinating? Is normally we have 100 people live here. We're down at 42 right now. The number continues to drop as the show goes on. It used to go up as the show went on. What do you think is happening at this very moment? They're pulling down this channel. They're pulling down facts because they don't want people to know. That's why I say, please hit the like button, thumbs up, heart, whatever. Share the internet address. The message is for you to disseminate, to send out, to share, because social media is still censoring us. I know I've watched financial channels, economy channels, where they start to talk about the truth. The next week, the host of the show is like, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, we're not getting people watching the show. be sure and subscribe and like and everything else, because they're losing subscribers. They're losing viewers. They're being censored, and they don't get it because they're just fucking economic, financial geeks. What they're doing is they're speaking truth. They're speaking facts. The government doesn't like that, and social media doesn't like it because they don't want us awake. They want you asleep. They want you ignorant and fucking stupid. They want you unprepared. It's up to you. If you want to fall asleep, you're going to wake up handcuffed and being raped. Whether it's Jihad Joe or some Talmudic fucking rapist or some sick perverted motherfuckers from DC or Hollywood, we're all going to be raped one way or another unless the rest of the country opens its eyes, wakes the fuck up. Red pill, black pill, take the fucking pill. But most people choose the blue pill. They go to sleep and they wake up in the illusion that everything's going to be fine, that there's going to be a savior. Either, Trump is going to be able to do it all by himself. No. Or Ilhan Omar or AOC is going to be the next Democrat president and save us. No. None of them are in line to save us. I had the most hope for Trump. He came out the gate kicking some ass. I love what he does, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be fast enough. We're in big, big trouble. So, like I've said, I could quit. I could go away. I could give up, but I'm not. I'm here for the fucking fight. At some point, we're all going to discover we have to fight. There's no way to just live through it. Someone's going to have to fight. Mr. Uman, do we have time for one more? We do. Well, who was up next? We got Uman. He says, I'll be amazed if Judge Janine is any better than the rest of the lot. She sounds tough, but she hasn't got her talking to yet. She just got sworn in today. Judge Janine from TV. Janine Perot. Hard talking. I'll do this and I'll do that, just like Dan Bongino. I'll do this and I'll do that, just like Kash Patel. If I'm the FBI director, I'm going to turn it into a museum and I'm going to clear it out. I'm going to clean up the scum. And then first thing he does, he fucking goes on a run with a bunch of fat DEI recruits. Completely ignores us, shows up at other agencies' crime scenes and tries taking credit for it. We need a Judge Grady, a Sheriff Grady Judd type character in DC who doesn't give a fuck and just starts arresting people. But yeah, I agree with you, deplorable Yankee redneck. They talk tough until they get sworn in, and then they get taken out to the woodshed, and they get explained to them how it works. And since I told you just a few minutes ago, we've lost another 6 viewers. Why? Why? Is the message too hard? Is it too bitter of a red pill to swallow? Enough bullshit, folks. Right? Enough bullshit. I've been speaking the truth and facts, and it's all been supported with news stories, articles, and the world around us, and the world was refusing. You and me, it's up to us to find the good people. Or it's all over. In any event, folks, I love you guys. You've been great. You've always been great to me. You supported the channel, supported the message because you believe in doing what's right, and I hope that you continue to do what is right no matter how painful or difficult it is. God bless you all. Semper Fi, and I'll see you 0 dark 30 tomorrow. Semper Fi.